Just wanted to point something out that's definitely not going to make the news. The House just voted to ban members of Congress and their spouses from trading individual stocks. And the reason you won't see it on the news is 198 Democrats voted against it. That's why you won't see it. That's why nobody's going to cover it. But Congress right now is doing something you want them to do. Now, they're not going to get any credit because it was Republicans that did it. But yes, the House just passed a bill. Now, the Senate's not going to pass it because Thune's a piece of shit. But the Republicans in the House just passed a bill banning themselves, any members of Congress, and their spouses from trading individual stocks because they know insider trading is going on. And 198 Democrats said, nah, that's not what the American people want. Because I'd like to remind you that they are voting, they're supposed to be voting with your will. They're supposed to be representing you. And I would find it very hard to believe that there are 198 districts in this country where people don't want to stop Congress from trading stocks. So yeah, I just wanted to let you know that was happening because the media is not going to tell you.
Hey, Joe. So we meet again. Did you bother looking at the bill? Because I'm going to assume that you're ignorant about Section 3 of the bill. Because you wouldn't possibly sacrifice your morals, right? Because if I remember correctly, it was around 2022, 2023 timeframe, I believe. I watched a video of you saying that Congress should not be allowed to do things along the lines of passing bills with multiple topics at the same time. Now, you wouldn't be conveniently leaving out a special part before I address this to the class. Well, I mean, you can't see this until I reply anyways, so let's go ahead and address the class. So if you are unaware, the bill that he is addressing is H.R. 7008, which the primary purpose is to ban stock trading while in office for both themselves and their immediate family members. But if you look at page 9 in section 3, you're going to see this little spot right here that starts to talk about voting requirements. Now, it's well known that Democrats oppose a strict voter ID requirement. Not to mention, this is once again an attempt to take state rights away from the states and bring it up to the federal government. Because currently, voting standards are set by the state. But they don't want you to know about that. What this is this is another way to try to sway people's votes right before an election. What they do is they put in an additional section inside of a bill that they already oppose anyways. Because we've already heard Mike Cox say, I can't say his name seriously. What we've seen in the past is him and other members of Congress talk about the need to be able to get rich inside of Congress, or you're not going to have good people inside of Congress. Now, are there people like Nancy Pelosi that were inside of Congress? Yes. Did you know that there's also those people in the Republican Party? Did you know the majority of the top earners in stock trades in 2025 were Republicans? Did you know that people have been lying about AOC's net worth since 2025? Actually, since before 2025. They've been saying that she's a millionaire, but when you look at her actual reported net worths, which she's required by law to report, she's not even close to a millionaire. In fact, she spends a lot of it paying off student loans. But they don't want you to know about that. They just want to mislead you with information so that way you sway your vote. Democrats have done it in the past as well. I'm only letting you know this because I want to encourage you to always read the votes. Always read the bills. Because they will try to hide things. Back in 2025, when the big beautiful bill was being passed, there were members of Congress that did not read the entirety of the bill. And there were people that were upset about their own vote after they voted on it because they learned about more information inside the big beautiful bill, to include things like unrestricted AI infrastructure. Now, what does unrestricted AI infrastructure have to do with the budget? It doesn't. It was something hidden in there so that way they could pass it without other people knowing. It's wrong. Joe knows it's wrong because he has spoke on it in the past. But apparently, morals can't stay the same. Have a great day. Always read the bills before making an opinion. Do not trust anybody that pushes politics, not even me. Fact check it and make decisions on your own.